Welcome. I am so pumped to share with you some shoulder mobility, some back and spinal mobility, and chest strength for paddling. Whether you're a kayaker, a paddleboarder, or a canoeist like me, I'm pumped to share some of these exercises with you today. Let's get started. You don't need a thing, just your own self and a little bit of space. You could get right out of your canoe and do this on shore. Make sure you help your paddling friends unload the canoe first, though, before you do these stretches. Shoulder cars. You do this standing or kneeling. I'm going to do it kneeling because of the angle of my camera. Take your left arm, make a fist. Your core is braced. If you're on your knees like I am, your glutes are also braced. Reaching your right arm as far forward as you can in front of you, like you're trying to stretch from your shoulder girdle right up through your fingertips and start to come across like you're taking your right bicep toward your left cheek. Reach up, try to touch the ceiling. Reach back as far as you can behind you until you have to turn your hand. Can you keep your ribs and hips forward and then reach back behind you, down towards the floor? Your hand can turn again, and you do that 2 more times. So you are reaching as far as you can. You are bracing your core and squeezing your glutes, being really careful not to let your rib cage pull back with you as you reach the arm back behind you. One more time in this direction. And then go the opposite way. If you tend to paddle on one side, can you switch around on your journey? Switch with your partner if you're paddling with someone else and paddle on the other side, right? So that you've got a different dominant shoulder and arm leading the way. Make a fist with your right hand, lots of tension in your right arm. Look at that. My right arm is way longer than my left arm right now. Stretch your left hand down towards the floor, reach forward in front of you, left bicep towards right cheek, stretch up, touch the ceiling, reach back as far as you can behind you until you have to turn your hand. Careful not to let your left ribs pull back behind you. Reach down for the floor. 2 more rounds. And go in the opposite direction, reaching back behind you as far as you can until you have to turn your hand, reaching above you, bicep towards opposite cheek. 2 more rounds. Really take your time so that you're reaching through all of the range of motion. Amazing. Let that go. Give it a little shake out. So next you're making the letters I, Y, and W. You're on your knees. You're going to create about a 45-degree angle with your torso. So bum pushes back behind you, torso on a 45-degree angle. Core is braced, squeezing your bum, pushing down through the tops of your feet and your shins. Reach your arms forward in front of you. I, Y. Bend your elbows slowly down like you're tucking them in your ribs. W. I, Y, W. Breathing as you do this. I, Y, W. Pull. 3 more rounds on your own. Bracing your core, squeezing your glutes, pressing shins and ankles down into the ground. One more time, long neck as well. Okay, come all the way up. Give your arms a little shake out. Come down onto your hands and your knees in a tabletop position. So feel that your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders. A few cat and cows. Drop your belly, widen your thighs, lift your chin, cow. Exhale, press and puff your spine, curl your spine, cat, cow, cat. Do one more round like this. And now let it get wild. Let your freak flag fly. Circle, circle neck, circle shoulders, circle ribs and hips. Really get everything going in one direction. And then get everything going in the opposite direction. I don't know about you, but not only do my shoulders and my neck get kind of sore when I'm paddling, but sometimes my pelvis gets sore too. If you're a canoeist, do you like to sit on the seat or do you like to kneel? Like, do you sit? You keep doing cat and cows. Do you sit like this? Or do you like to kneel and tuck your bum on the seat? I flip-flop back and forth, but I think I like it better when I'm kneeling and my bum's back. I feel a little bit more steady. Anyways, that's a topic for another day. Okay, let this go. You've got little scapula push-ups. You're going to let your scapula come together, bracing your core and your glutes, keeping your torso and your hips still, and then press your shoulder blades apart. Retract your shoulder blades, let them slide together and your heart drop. Protract your shoulder blades, press them apart, press away the floor. Good. Continue on. A few more like this. Again, you're trying to keep your neck, your torso, and your pelvis really still. So folks, you can continue on like this, or if you want to get just a little bit of core work, which might feel really good if you've been paddling all day, you can tuck your toes under, hover your knees an inch off the ground, and then 5 more of those. Retract the shoulder blades, protract the shoulder blades. Shoulder blades come together, shoulder blades press apart, together, apart, together, apart, together, apart. Knees come down. Way to go. Take your left knee behind your right knee, separate your feet, and then sit down onto the ground or something. You've got a pile of knees in front of you. If that felt terrible and you're like, how did she end up like this? I am nowhere to be found towards that position. Then you're going to take your left leg long and just cross your right knee on top of your left knee. Cool. So you've got a pile of some sort of knees in front of you. You're stretching your opposite arm, so your left arm up. Reach your left hand behind your neck. Take your right arm, reach up between your shoulder blades, grabbing onto your shirt or hooking your fingers. Press your skull into your left forearm and then bow forward slightly. And you find a gentle breath which moves in and out through your nose. And see if you can soften your eyes and your jaw. One more breath. Come on up nice and slow. Untangle your arms. Good, and then you can switch either from your hands and knees and take your right knee behind your left knee and sit back, or you can try from the floor. Take your left knee over your right knee. Could be here, or you could tuck the knee under. Again, you've got this pile of knees. This time the right arm reaches up. Right hand reaches back between the shoulder blades. Left arm reaches up your back, grabbing onto your shirt or hooking your hands. Doesn't have to be the same on this side. I can't grab my fingers on this side. I've got my shirt on this side. Press your skull back into your forearm and start to bow forward. Find that gentle breath again. And you breathe into all of the places that are tight, all the places that feel kind of stuck, that feel like they were locked up while you paddled. Take one more big breath. Come on up. Untangle yourself. Good. Have a seat. Folks, thank you so much for unraveling and unwinding with me, for working through the shoulders and the scapula and a little bit of the hips. Happy paddling.